Hey everyone, and welcome back to Blackthornprod. I'm Noah, and this past weekend I took part in the Ludum Dare game jam for the 6th time, alongside a fellow indie game creator and YouTuber, which I'm sure some of you know, Jonas Tyroller. Jonas and I had already made a game together for the GMTK jam called Life is Snot. We were ready to merge our skills and passion once again and make something that would shake the very foundations of the universe. The challenge was simple. We had to create a small video game in under 72 hours. And the theme of this Ludum Dare game jam was Keep It Alive. As always, a brainstorming session was in order, and inspiration struck very quickly. With 30 minutes past and we were already booting up Unity, getting ready to work on a physics-based side-scroller where you would play a scientist trying to keep a squishy blob alive by manipulating the environment. Now, Jonas introduced me to Miro, where we could scribble down ideas simultaneously, which was a neat little discovery for me. Day one was all about getting the core gameplay and visual style in place. We agreed with Jonas that we would try and have something playable in about 3 hours, and we did. A blob that could roll down hills and get from point A to B by pushing it around with rotating platforms and flying boxes. I was working on all the art in Photoshop, Jonas handled coding with C#, and we both got our hands dirty with level design, particles, and storytelling. Teamwork was made nice and easy thanks to Unity Collab, where I could send to Jonas whatever changes I made to the project with a simple push of a button. I put to use all kinds of techniques I've picked up over my past 3 game dev years, from soft shapes for lighting, simple abstract shapes to add some detail and texture to backgrounds, making art very fast due to the tricky game jam time constraints, but which I'm very comfortable with and enjoy, since it forces me to not worry about unattainable perfection and just go with the flow and see what comes out. Jonas turns the blob into a delightfully squishy entity with coded animations. Absolutely love it. And of course, for more info on that, check out Jonas's fantastic game dev channel, where he'll also be posting a video about his experience making this game jam game with me. Now, we created a bloated purple bat which could be pushed around the environment, a bit like the player. So by the end of day one, we had a nice collection of assets to use and turn into a fun little adventure. Jonas busied himself blocking out 2 simple tutorial-like levels, not worrying too much about how they looked, since I would decorate and polish them up afterwards. We added parallax to the scenes, which added a really nice feeling of depth, with pipes in the foreground brimming with simple particle effects. As you can notice, all the art here is very simple. On their own, each asset isn't impressive or cool whatsoever, but brought together it looks nice. And again, time and energy are limited, so copiously reusing assets is something I did throughout the entire jam, from duplicating grass tufts and pipes to spamming Ctrl-D for backgrounds. But if you play around with rotation, scale, slight shifts in color, you can easily get away with that without the world looking completely copy and paste. I also made a nice cute music using the AI music generation tool Ecrit Music, as well as some simple sound effects which we then implemented into the project. So I went to bed by the end of day one feeling very accomplished and excited for day 2, which unfortunately started out very badly. Unity Collab, which usually works super smoothly, would not function properly. I was unable to send any of my progress to Jonas due to some weird storage-related error. It took us the entire morning to fix the issue by putting the project on good old GitHub, then downloading it into a new Unity project and going back to Unity Collab from there. In short, a lot of time and energy wasted, but that's all part of the game dev challenge and makes finishing something feel all the more sweet. So despite a slow start, we pushed on and had another great day, creating a bunch of levels, a cute cutscene, and ending section. Working with someone else isn't always easy. Sometimes you're better off on your own. Without any doubt, Jonas and I formed an excellent duo. It was easy to communicate ideas, we worked at the same speedy, passionate pace, and it sure was motivating to have someone work alongside me, to know progress was being made even when I was taking a break, or to be stuck on something and have help a simple Discord message away. So since we were working in a team, we had one extra day to work on our creation, day 3 being the most fun and busy of them all. There's a real pleasure in having that tangible, very real deadline to work around, and I thank that in no small part for pushing me to draw and design and polish at the speed of light. Like two insane machines, we worked on level after level, stopping only to yell orders at each other what should be made next. It was awesome. I was in the flow where my only focus was on what I was creating. The game still ended up nice and small, of course, but it's well-rounded and pretty polished, with a clear beginning, end, and 10 unique levels to journey through. Having been in quite a creative stasis these past few weeks with my main game project, Dashing Fire, taking part in this speedy, exciting game jam after almost half a year was more than welcome and got me reinvigorated to finish my fiery, planet-riddled universe. What we made is far from perfect, but making a masterpiece wasn't a concern. I was just going in for that nice game jam experience I've fallen in love with over the years, and LD46 more than provided that for me. Feedback so far has been super encouraging and nice, so thank you all for playing this little game, and if you haven't given it a try, you can do so with the link in the description if you want. I'm seriously going to get back to work on Dashing Fire now. I've been procrastinating on it for quite a while, and if I keep this up, it might never see the light of day, so here I go. As always, thank you to my patrons for supporting this game dev channel. Thanks again to Jonas for taking part in the jam with me, and again consider hearing his side of the story, which will go up on his awesome YouTube channel. Okay, I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.